So recently I moved to South Korea and I noticed there's something a little different going on here, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to do this short video about a topic people are constantly talking about, Asian beauty standards, or more specifically, Korean beauty standards. A year and a half ago I moved to South Korea, so I feel qualified enough, if there's a standard for enough, to put my 2 cents in on this topic. Maybe you've heard the saying that if you go to the airport or if you go shopping and you dress nice, that people will treat you better. Well, I think in Korea, this saying applies to almost everything. For example, if there's 2 candidates competing for one job position, they'll probably pick the person who's better looking than the person who's not as good looking, just because they're good looking. The reason other than that. Yeah, they don't really care about your good personality here. And of course, there are exceptions. Don't come for me. Looks are extremely important in their society, and bottom line, if you're ugly and overweight, you'll probably know here. It's just ingrained in their culture to value looks to a higher degree than we do in Western countries. And because Korea has such a huge disparity in gender inequality, I've noticed that these beauty standards apply more to women than men, but still apply to men. And I am also a woman, so I'll be talking from a woman's perspective. I'm not quite sure how these apply to men because, just never had, So one of the first things I noticed when I arrived in Korea, girls were always fixing their hair and makeup in public. Something I didn't really see in Western countries. Like if you're on the subway, you would see girls patting their face with their BB cream puff thing, reapplying their lipstick, fixing their hair. There is no shame fixing your appearance in public here. I feel like in the West, if I was to do this, people would probably give me a look, maybe, or they would think, oh, she's so conceited, or she's so full of herself. But here I feel like, if anything, it's encouraged. There's a common principle in Korea that we don't apply in the West. If something or someone looks good on the outside, they will probably be good on the inside. Where I grew up, I learned that not to judge people on how they look on the outside. You need to get to know them to know what they are like on the inside. But here, they just assume that if you're good looking on the outside, then you probably have a 10 out of 10 personality. For example, I'm a teacher and I work with many other Korean teachers, and if a student is good looking, the teachers will automatically think he or she is a good student. That's their first judgment. Pretty on the outside, amazing on the inside. This also applies to packaging. In Korea, they take their packaging quite seriously, even just produce. They decorate their fruit so nicely. And because looks play such a huge role in their society, yes, many people do get plastic surgery. Many of my coworkers have got something done, whether they'll admit it or not. It's just a much more casual thing to do here than in the West. I would compare it to in the West, if you were going to go to the gym to try and lose weight to look better, well, they apply that same principle to going to the hospital to get your nose done. People just don't think of it in the same negative light that many people think of it in Western countries. And actually, if you do get something done, most people won't give you negative backlash. They'll be like, yeah, good job, good for you. Fixing your insecurities, yeah. Simply put, Koreans have recognized that pretty people have an advantage in life and will go to lengths to reach those measures. Because deep down, they know everyone wants to be beautiful. We know you don't want to look like potato. And I'm just gonna say it. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm Asian, so I feel like I kind of can say this, but a lot of people do look similar here. There's a look here. It's called the Gangnam look, where a girl will have big eyes with double eyelids. You have to have a small head and face, a small nose with a high bridge, pale skin, and a very skinny body. If you're over 50 kilograms, you're typically deemed fat as a girl. Doesn't matter your height. They are not about thick thighs or that big old booty. They like the skinny bean noodle look. Of course, this is not everybody, but just a common trend I saw living here. Since there's only one look that's idolized here, that's why you get so many people looking similar. Many people will go to plastic surgeons and ask for the same nose. So that's why there's not much individuality. It's a homogeneous country, so individuality is not glorified here like in the West.
Oh, you look so unique and special.
No, people don't say that here. They don't care for your special snowflakes. You pretty much either got the look or you don't. Also, there's this kind of attitude with many people back in Western countries that it's really cool to give no fucks about what other people think and just do your thing. Well, here, no, you have to care. That's what's cool. You fit the standard or you don't. There's a cookie cutter and they try and shove all these people into the same mold. Yeah, Of course, if you're a foreigner visiting the country, you won't be held to the same standards because you clearly aren't Korean. However, if you do fit some of the standards, Koreans won't be shy to tell you that you're beautiful. They're very generous with their comments. I think the whole root of this phenomenon is that people just really care about what others think about them here, way more than some other countries. Your social class is very important. I see so many people spending so much money just so they can say, yeah, I'm better than you. Whether it's buying an expensive bag they can't afford or getting their nose done. How you come off to other people here is just extremely important and a huge part of their society. For me, I would be lying if I said these standards don't affect me. Everywhere I go, people are constantly looking their best. I rarely see people wear sweats or girls going out without makeup. I think it's just a natural instinct for people to want to fit in. So yeah, I do find myself dressing a little bit nicer here and wearing more makeup than I used to. And it's not like I did this on purpose, it just subconsciously creeps up on you. You don't register in your head, but rather one day you just find yourself wearing a long padding jacket and a bright red lip. Also, can I say Koreans are the queens and kings of catfish. There are filters here? Oh my god. Like, is this real? You could make the argument that these beauty standards are good or bad, but I really don't think that's my area to comment. The society is changing a lot from what it used to be, so maybe in a decade or so, things will be a lot different.
If you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching!